Good morning and welcome to the Friday edition of Sports This Morning on your award-winning Channels Television. It gives me so much pleasure to welcome you to today's edition of the show. Promises to be exciting as always. My name is Yemi Adebayo. There's a lot to talk about this morning. I have the guys who will do justice to the issues that we have lined up for you. But before we go any further, let me quickly serve to you the headlines. That is news making the rounds in this part of the world. All right, we start with the Dream Team. That's the Under-23 team vowing to give it a fight. Talking about the Africa Under-23 Championship qualifier against Congo. As you already know, the coach has set a deadline for arrival to camp for the players based in the domestic league. So we have a promise from the Dream Team 6 that's going to be the fight to finish. All right, talking about the man you're about to see. Arsenal's Abu Dhabi, not over yet. In spite of all the injuries he's had, he's been written off so many times, but he's always found a way to come back. And the story is that Abu Dhabi may just be playing for another Premier League club. Sources indicate it might be West Ham. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and see how all of that pans out. So not over yet for Abu Dhabi. All right, six-time Olympic champion, talking about Jamaica's Usain Bolt, is ready to race. He will participate in today's Diamond League in London, and also says he is ready to face any challenge from Justin Gatlin and all other rivals contending for his titles. Okay, so we move on and talk about this man. Lovers of tennis just want to see this man win another Grand Slam, but he has set his sights on something different. He's targeting an Olympic gold in Rio next year for when the Olympics takes place in Brazil. That's Swiss maestro Roger Federer pinning his hopes on a gold medal at the tennis event of the Olympics. Okay, these are the headlines for you. Well, we always want you to be a part of everything we're doing. We want you to speak up and be heard. You know, we always want to read your thoughts out aloud. So you can post your comments on Facebook. You can send us tweets. And that's it on your screen, just in case you're joining us for the first time. You can do that on Facebook. It is Channels iPhone Sports. Of course, on Twitter, the official Channels Sports Dex handle, Channels_Sports. And of course, on Twitter, my Twitter handle, it's at Yemi Adebayo 20. You can speak up and be heard this morning. Let's talk Usain Bolt. Let's talk about Nigeria. Let's talk about all the things happening in the money spinning world of sports. Okay, so let me quickly introduce my guests to you, my partners. They're not newcomers. I have a pleasure of having the brothers with me again this morning, and I'm used to getting it right now. So I have Tonte Davis sitting right next to me, and Telema at the far corner. Let me quickly welcome you guys to the show today.
It's great to be here.
Thank you very much. Tonte, you know, just we're going on a break, but quick reaction. Usain Bolt says, "I'm ready."
Yeah, well, it's good to see him come back to the track, and in terms of declaring it. And
Yes.
You know, we recall just some few weeks ago we were talking about Justin Gatlin and Tyson Gay and all that. You know, regards particularly Justin Gatlin contending, being a threat to Usain Bolt. However, regardless of that, it's great to see Usain Bolt coming back to the track.
Okay. Tell him, if he loses, would there be an excuse in the bag?
Well, surely there would be an excuse in the bag, as in, and it would be for the good of it all. However, given his statement, he's not looking to come back to lose. He's looking to come back to sustain and to ensure that nobody breaks his world record. So indeed, as in, it's one it's one to look out for, given the fact that competition is necessary, and with the return of Justin Gatlin and Tyson Gay, let's see how it goes from there.
All right, so everything starts off today. But let's listen to the man talking about the 28-year-old Usain Bolt, what he has to say, and we'll come back for more sports this morning.
I won't know until tomorrow. We've been training good. I've been really working hard. My coach said we just need to continue pushing forward. So I've just been in training, just don't have to do, keep working on what I need to work on, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. I never doubt myself. That's one thing. I look forward to competition. Beijing is a month away. I'm not really worried about that. I try to take it a step at a time. I have to run tomorrow, get through these 2 races. As I said, I've been training really hard. I've been pushing myself. So it's all about execution now. If I can execute right and get everything right, then I know I run fast. So it's all about just getting the timing right, and when Beijing comes, it will come. But I have to take it a step at a time.
Well, if the man says he's ready, then I'll accept he's ready, and there will be no excuse. Starting from today, when he steps out in London, and later in the year, at the next month, when we wait for what happens in Beijing, well, we'll wait. Let's just leave it at that for now. All right, let's take a quick look at the papers. We have 3 papers for review this morning. Let's just take a look at the headlines and look at what is in it. Guys, we'll start with Soccer Star, the Friday edition. And of course, because we're Nigerians, we'll start from the top corner. And that story you have on your, okay, well, it's not really showing on your screen, but it's there. Iheanacho hopes to outshine Ronaldo, battles Toure for Manchester City's goal award. That story is on page 14. And some other interesting stories. You have this one. Well, also, at the bottom strip, you have Mourinho talking about Victor Moses, saying, Victor Moses in my plans, and Sunday Olise also at the left-hand corner, talking about releasing his list for the African Nations Championship. Let me allow Tonte to react quickly to these two stories. Jose Mourinho talking about Victor Moses and, Olise. Well, let me allow you to react to. We'll talk about Olise later, but Victor Moses.
Yeah, but I think I saw this, I heard his comments and I also read it a bit, and it's good to see Jose Mourinho specifically highlighting Victor Moses' character and his person within the context of Chelsea, and to ascribe the fact that he's an experienced player and he's got good pace, he's got it in him, and to say that he wants him to remain part of his team for this coming season, it's actually a good one and welcome development for Victor Moses. Okay,
let's flip if we can and go to the next paper for review. Okay, that's it on your screen. Looking at his Friday edition of Complete Sports. Similar stories. We talked about Abu Dhabi set for West Brom. Okay, I said West Ham earlier. Okay, pardon me. So West Brom. But you know how all these things happen. It could go to one place for a medical, and it signs. It happens. But we'll wait to see what happens in that one. Interesting stories. Some we read earlier. Olise on the top corner there, right hand side, saying that I'm tracking Nigerian players in Europe. Well, it's right hand side for me, but should be left of your screen. Okay, so that's it for you. Other interesting stories talking about transfer speculations. You also have the story about Bafemi Martins rolled out for one more week. Interesting stories in the Friday edition of Complete Sports. You need to grab a copy of the papers to have a full gist of the things happening in the amazing money-spinning world of sport. All right, let's go to the last paper for review. And tell them I'm going to come to you on this one. A lot of interesting stories talking about Victor Moses. Mourinho says Victor Moses is not for sale. Says the Nigerian is a fast and evolving player. You ever have, interesting stories. But let me take you to this one. Emmanuel Emenike. I'm still in shock, really, as to the reasons why he made that move. But Emenike has gotten over it, even though some of us haven't. He is saying, I'll score goals for Al Ain. So how do you react to that quickly?
There's a concern as to, you know, in the fact that prior to his move to the Middle East, he's not been in prolific scoring form. And whether or not that would materialize in his stay is one that we're looking out to see. However, I think Emenike needs to do a lot beyond just words, you know, offering verbal communication and play with his and talk with his legs. Okay. Let's get to see, and because in view of Olise's appointment, you know, and we need to see, is Emenike good enough to get back, you know, into the team. Okay. With, of course, goals is actually what Nigeria needs, and he needs to earn his return with goals. Okay.
Well, some other stories there. Comments coming from Ayas Yagu saying that we will give Olympic tickets our best shot. That's coming from the NFL. That story is on page 6. Sunday Olise saying Eagles have no choice. That story is on page 11. You really want to understand what Sunday Olise is saying there. And you have an interesting story. Roma agree deal for Mohamed Salah. That also on the bottom strip of today's Sporting Life. Okay, that's been a review of the day's papers. If you want to get a full gist, you can go and grab your copy, especially the ones that we have reviewed. All right, let's quickly talk about the ITTF Senior Africa Cup. Let's a bitter pill in our mouths yesterday to see that Omar Assar defeated our own Aaron Okodri. Just quick reaction. Did it come as a surprise to any of you?
I wouldn't say it came as a surprise to us, to me in particular. Aaron Okodri gave it his best shot. Yeah. You know, and going up against current world
tournament favorite,
the tournament favorite, Africa #1. Definitely, it was a long shot, and you know he did. This is the second time in how many months that he's been beaten by the same player. So, but
fast becoming his nemesis.
Really, you know. But then again, he may be down. We may consider him down, but it's definitely not out. There's still more tournaments for him to regroup and fight back.
All right, that's good. And we'll move on from there. But just to tell you, in case you missed it, it happened late last night. Omar Assar winning the singles event, men's singles event of the ITTF Africa Senior Cup.